The world is going through a silent business revolution. What's surprising about this revolution is a lot of people don't even know it's happening, even though it started more than 20 years ago in the late 1990s. Now, here's a vivid explanation of what I mean. 50 years ago, the top 10 biggest and most valuable companies in the world sold physical products or provided physical services. They sold physical products like cars, crude oil, steel, computers, and consumer electronics. They sold physical services like banking and construction services. It used to be a world of tangible products and services that people can see and touch. But the world has changed. There has been a silent coup d'etat. The old world order has been toppled, and these are the top 10 biggest and most valuable companies in the world today. And when you look closely, what do most of these companies have in common? It's obvious. Most of them sell virtual products and services. Almost every one of these businesses operates on the internet. Almost all of these businesses are online businesses. At this point, I'm sure you're wondering, why are online businesses winning the business revolution? The answer to that question comes from nature itself. According to the theory of natural selection, it is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. The ability to adapt to change and crises and recover from setbacks is a quality known as resilience. And this is the single most powerful quality that determines the survival and success of a business. And resilience is the single biggest reason why online businesses continue to grow and prosper, while most businesses that deal exclusively in physical products and services continue to struggle. No matter if it's an economic crisis, a health crisis, or an environmental crisis, online businesses are better at resisting shocks, crises, and change. Our world is growing fast and getting very complex every day. And wherever you find growth and complexity, you will surely find change and occasional crises. And if you've been paying close attention, you should have noticed by now that every 5 to 10 years, our world goes through a major health or environmental or economic crisis that significantly affects businesses around the world. In the last 20 years alone, we have had several significant change events and crises. In 2001, we had the 9/11 terrorist attack. In 2003, we had the SARS epidemic. In 2008-2009, we had the global financial crisis and an economic recession that crashed hundreds of big and small businesses and caused millions of people to lose their jobs. In 2014, we had the Ebola epidemic, and in 2020, we were hit with the coronavirus pandemic, which killed a lot of people, crashed many businesses, and caused a global economic shutdown. And in between all these crises the world has experienced in the last 20 years, we have had several other local disasters like earthquakes, tsunamis, and hurricanes that severely affected local businesses and jobs. As the world becomes more and more globalized, local disasters in one part of the world could easily have significant economic implications in other parts of the world. So, unless you're naive, you need to start thinking seriously about protecting your job, your business, and your income streams from crisis and disruption. It doesn't matter if it's a health crisis, an economic crisis, or a major terrorist attack. You need to have a side hustle, a business, or an income stream that adapts well to change, crisis, and disruption. And unless you protect yourself and your financial future by having an income or revenue stream that is resilient to crisis, you'll be making a very big mistake. So the way I see it, all of us have three options. We can hope and pray that major disasters and crises never happen again. The problem with this option is change is constant, and hoping that change doesn't happen is not a realistic option. Another option is to depend on government bailouts, stimulus packages, and relief programs every time a major crisis happens. Just in case you haven't heard, governments around the world are under tremendous financial stress and pressure, and the resources are not going to be enough to bail out every person who has lost a job or every entrepreneur whose business is at risk. And then the third option is to start building resilience into your business and financial future in a way that allows your income and business to survive times of change, disruption, and crisis. And one of the most effective ways to build a resilient business or income stream is to start taking all or part of your business online. If you have a job, you need to start thinking of an online side hustle, a business or income stream. If you have a traditional brick and mortar business that sells physical products or services, you need to start thinking seriously about taking all or parts of your business online or creating new revenue streams that are internet-based. And if you're thinking of starting a new business, this is the best time in the world to start to build a resilient business on the internet. Now, how do I know all this? I know because I personally did it myself. Hi, my name is John Paul Iwuoha and I run a 100% online business. Like most people, I followed the traditional employment path. I got my first job and started my career in consulting at PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC. From there, I got a business development role in the oil and gas industry and worked for a firm that provided services to several big players in the industry. While I worked my 9-to-5 day job, I started a side hustle, a side business, which was a private business consulting service company. In 2015, after 2 years of providing physical consulting services and in the middle of an economic recession in my country, I made the big decision to move 100% of my business on the internet. I drastically reduced the number of physical clients and projects I was working on and focused on building a virtual customer base instead. Since making that big decision in 2015, my business journey has changed in ways I could not have imagined. The exposure I got through the internet got me featured on CNN, TRT World, The Huffington Post, and other local and international media. In 2018, LinkedIn named me as one of its global top voices on startups and entrepreneurship. I have been invited to speak at several continental business events within and outside my country. And on top of all this, despite the harshness of the economic recession in my country in 2014 and the coronavirus pandemic that hit the world in 2020, my business didn't suffer like most. I have a business that's so flexible and convenient that I can carry it with me anywhere I go, and I can work wherever I want and from wherever I am. And in this introduction course, I'm going to show you exactly why a virtual online business is the best thing you can do for yourself in these times of rapid change and crisis, and the major types of online businesses you can really start. So this introduction course is made up of 3 lessons. In the first lesson, I'm going to show you the 7 big benefits of creating a virtual online business. Some of the things I'll share with you in this lesson are going to blow your mind. It doesn't matter if you have a full-time job or already have a business. I'll show you why you need to start thinking seriously about taking all or part of your business online. In the second lesson, I'll show you the major types of online businesses that exist. If you're going to build an online business from scratch or you plan to diversify your existing business, you will very likely be choosing one of these major types of online businesses. And in that second lesson, I'll show you specific examples of entrepreneurs and people like you and me who are successfully using each type of online business to generate income. And even better, I will show you the easy and the hard sides of each type of online business so you can decide which one is best for you. And in the third lesson, I'll show you something really important. In the third lesson, I'll show you the 6 important steps you need to take to build a virtual business that works for you in the long term. If you miss any of these 6 steps or make a mistake in any of them, you could be wasting all your time, effort, and money in building an online business that's unlikely to succeed. And for those of you who share this course with your friends and finish all the 3 lessons in this course, I have a very useful bonus and surprise for you. At the end of this 3-part course, you'll be able to download this free special guide that answers in detail 10 of the most common questions people ask before they start a business online. Everything from how long it can realistically take you to find success online, to the best types of online businesses to start, and other interesting questions you would want to know the answers to. All you have to do to get this important bonus is 2 things. The first is to share this course with your friends on social media, Facebook, Twitter. You can send them an email link. And the second thing you need to do to qualify for this free special bonus is to finish all the 3 lessons in this course. So there's a lot of interesting ground to cover in this course. So let's get started with the 7 big benefits of having an online business. You need to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. The first big benefit of owning an online business is you will have a business model that is ready for the future. Now, like I mentioned earlier, we now live in a growing, complex, and changing world. And if you're a serious entrepreneur, you should expect a serious change event or crisis every 5 to 10 years that could affect your business to some level, either at a local level or on a global scale. Now, a business model is how a business operates and makes money. And having a business model that is online based means you're likely to have a resilient business model. In simple terms, here's what I mean. Every business in the world operates based on this product channel matrix of 4 zones. Your product is what you sell to customers. Your channel is where you serve your customers. Now, the first zone is the danger zone. Businesses in this zone sell physical products or services through physical channels. Now, the problem is if you sell a physical product or service to your customers through a physical channel like a shop, an office, a mall, a factory, or warehouse, your business will be vulnerable to any changes, disruptions, or crises that affect the physical world, the physical movement of people or goods. So, during the coronavirus pandemic, for example, many of the businesses that suffered and closed down are businesses that require a physical meeting or contact to serve their customers, like restaurants, hotels, factories, airlines, and many more. So, if your business only depends on physical channels to serve your customers, then you're in trouble. The second zone is the zone of missed opportunity. These are businesses that sell virtual products or services, but still require physical contact to serve customers. So, an example of this would be a school, a training company, a bank or financial services business, a consulting business, or any business that provides virtual services. Now, the fact is, a school doesn't need to be a physical building or location in order to teach students. A consultant or trainer doesn't have to be physically present to meet with clients or students to provide their knowledge, to transfer knowledge and skills. These things can be done virtually. So in this age of advanced technologies, a bank doesn't really need a physical building to serve its customers. That's why businesses in this zone are sitting on a missed opportunity. And this explains why elite institutions like the Harvard Business School, Stanford Business School, and several elite institutions are moving online. Before, the prestige used to be that you could get on the grounds of the Harvard Business School in Boston. But these days, you can also get the benefit of the school without having to travel to the US. So if these big institutions are moving online, that should tell you something. They've recognized the missed opportunity they've always had. Rather than expect their customers, their students to come to them, they've now moved their services online, and I can tell you it has positively impacted their financial posture. The third zone is the convenience zone. These are businesses that sell physical products or services through virtual channels that don't require any serious physical contact or meeting with customers. This is the zone that companies like Amazon, Alibaba, Jumia, and hundreds of other online stores operate. A physical supermarket requires physical contact to serve its customers, but online stores don't. Customers place their orders online and the physical product is delivered to the customer. The fourth zone is the zone of maximum resilience. This is the zone of businesses that provide virtual products or services to customers through virtual channels. So this is the zone of businesses that are most adaptable to change. This is a zone of businesses that are most adaptable to disruption and crisis. And it's not surprising that the most valuable companies in the world are in the zone of maximum resilience. Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Alibaba, Visa, and others belong to this zone. In many ways, these businesses are bulletproof and run the most updated business model that's ready for the future. So even in the middle of a lockdown, even in the middle of an economic crisis, many of these businesses are still able to continue business while their physical counterparts are hampered and handicapped. So if you currently have a business or you're thinking of starting one, you need to make sure you're not in the danger zone. If you are, you need to move out of it. And if your business is in the missed opportunity zone, you need to do something about it and upgrade your business model before you cause your business a self-inflicted wound that could be hard to recover from. Ideally, you want your business to be either in the convenience zone or in the zone of maximum resilience. These are the two zones that have a better chance to withstand and survive crises, shocks, and disruptions. The second big benefit of an online business is the low overhead and higher profit margins. Now, because an online business doesn't have to bother with things like rent, warehousing, storage, equipment, machines, vehicles, and other things that lead to high operating costs. And now, I'm not saying that online businesses don't need these things, but they don't need them to the level that physical businesses need it. So online businesses end up making more profits than physical businesses. So for an example, an e-commerce store like Amazon will still need warehouses. But the difference between an Amazon and a Target or Walmart, for example, is Amazon doesn't have to invest in setting up locations across the world. Companies like Walmart have hundreds of retail outlets that accept customers. Amazon doesn't have to bother about the front end, which costs millions and sometimes billions of dollars. Instead, its main exposure is its warehousing. So that's the back end. But for physical supermarkets, they have to bother about the front end and the back end. So here's an example to drive home this lesson. These are extracts from the financial statements of Boeing and Ford, two traditional physical businesses that make and sell physical products. Boeing makes and sells aeroplanes, while Ford is a maker of cars and automobiles. Notice how the gross profit margin of Boeing is 19% and 14% for Ford, and the operating profit margins are 12% and 2% respectively for both companies. Now, let's look at the same figures for Microsoft and Facebook, two businesses that sell virtual products and services. The gross profit margin for Microsoft is 65% and 83% for Facebook, and the operating profit margins for both businesses are 32% and 45% respectively. As you can see, even though Boeing and Ford are very big companies, they are companies that have impressive facilities, big factories, major equipment, and a wide range of assets. Microsoft and Facebook are 2 to 3 times more profitable businesses than Boeing that makes aircrafts and Ford that makes cars, because they don't have the high overheads and fixed costs that Boeing and Ford have to deal with. The third important benefit of an online business is it can be built for passive income. It can be built for passive income. One of the important concepts you need to understand to succeed in business is the concept of passive income versus active income. Active income looks like this. It has a direct and linear relationship with time. This means the more you work or the harder you work, the more money you earn. So if you earn $10 an hour, and it means to earn more, you have to work more hours. While active income can be fulfilling and engaging, the big problem with active income is it comes with a hard ceiling. All of us only have 24 hours in a day. So even if you'd like to earn $10,000 a day from an active job, it is physically and naturally impossible because we only have 24 hours in a day. Now contrast that with passive income. Passive income is different because it doesn't have a direct or linear relationship with how many hours you work or how hard you work. A person who earns $10 an hour on active income will need to work 10 hours to make $100. But a person on passive income may only need to work 30 minutes, 2 hours, or even less than that, or may not even need to work at all if the asset is fully functioning in passive mode to earn the same amount of income. So a well-built and structured online business runs on passive income. It may not be 100% passive income, but you're unlikely to work like a laborer or on active income to enjoy the benefits. The fourth big benefit of an online business is flexibility. Because your business runs on the internet, you have a lot of freedom of time and options to structure how you work, when you work, where you work from, and who you work with. You can hire and work with employees who live in different cities and countries around the world. Because of this flexibility, a good number of online businesses are immune to many of the physical challenges that traditional businesses face. Things like delay of goods at the ports, things like government lockdown or quarantines, things like harassment by local authorities, things like public holidays, restrictions on movement, and other forms of restrictions. Many online businesses, because of their flexibility, are able to function even when the physical world is in shutdown mode. The fifth benefit of an online business is it is an asset that grows in value over time. So as an online business, your virtual products and services can have protections like copyrights, royalties, licenses, patents, franchise rights, and other valuable assets that can be sold or transferred in the future. Another interesting thing I'm not sure you've noticed is how online businesses attract far higher valuations than traditional businesses. Some online businesses can be worth several millions of dollars in just a few years. Meanwhile, a brick and mortar store that's been in existence for 20 years will have a difficult task reaching the same valuation. It's just how it works. It happens that investors value online businesses higher than traditional brick and mortar businesses, and that should tell you a lot. If investors are valuing a younger company much more than a company that's been in existence for quite some time, that should tell you a lot about what the potential of the online business space is. The sixth benefit of an online business is international exposure. Rather than depend solely on customers in your local city or country, an online business gives you the option of tapping into an international customer base that makes your business resilient to economic shocks and crises in any single country. On top of that, your business will be able to earn foreign exchange, foreign currency, which will help to make your business resilient to things like unpredictable fluctuations in your local currency. So as an entrepreneur who runs an online business in a country that often goes through fluctuations and devaluations of its local currency, I can't tell you how powerful this benefit has been since I moved my entire business online. And the seventh benefit of an online business is the low startup capital that's required to start and run an online business. Most online businesses don't come with the high infrastructure costs that make starting a business so expensive. Depending on the type of online business you choose, you may not really need to rent an expensive office, a shop, a factory, or warehouse. Since your product is virtual, you may not need to invest in building or fabricating a physical product or buying expensive machines and equipment. For many types of online businesses, all you need is a good brain that never stops learning, a good device, preferably a laptop or desktop, and access to the internet. Another interesting point is that mistakes are not as fatal or expensive in online businesses. Because the startup capital is low, you can test different ideas, learn from your mistakes, and recover quickly without going bankrupt. I can't say the same for many kinds of traditional businesses that can be capital intensive. So, these are the 7 big benefits of online businesses, and this is why you need to start thinking seriously about moving some or all of your business online. It's not just the smart thing to do, it's the best way to make your business and your income more resilient to shocks, changes, disruptions, and crises that face us in the future. So in this lesson, I've focused on the online business revolution that's been silently taking over and shaking up the world of business. Again, it doesn't matter if you're employed at a job, self-employed, or a business owner. You need to start thinking seriously about creating new or additional income streams that are online based. In the next lesson, I'm going to blow you away. In the next lesson, I'll be focusing on the major types of online businesses that exist in the world right now. I'll show you the easy side and the hard side of each type of online business, so you can make the right decision about which one is best for you and which ones to focus on. I'll also show you at least one example of a successful entrepreneur or business that has built a successful business out of each type of online business. So this is not theory, this is actual practice, and there are real people who are milking this industry, who are making it big in this industry, but they are still flying under the radar. Most people don't even know who they are, and even when we know who they are, we really don't understand the business, the underlying business. And I'm going to break all of it down so that all of this is demystified. And don't forget, for those of you who share this course with your friends and finish all the 3 lessons in this course, I have a very useful bonus for you. At the end of this 3-part course, you'll be able to download this free special guide that answers in detail 10 of the most common questions people ask before they start an online business. Everything from how long it takes to find success online, to how to handle the technology side, to the best types of online businesses to start, and other interesting questions. I can guarantee that these are questions you really want answers to. But the only way to get this, it's a free bonus, it's a special bonus, but there are only 2 things you need to do. The first is you need to share this course with your friends, colleagues, people you care about on social media. Use social media to share it, forward the link to this course to them via email. Get them to come watch this, because the world is not going to change for anybody. After this crisis, there's going to be another one. We cannot wish it away. The best we can do is build up resilience and adapt and become more adaptable to change. And then the second thing you need to do to download this free special report is to finish the 3 lessons in this course. It's only this report, this free bonus is only available to people who finish the 3 lessons in this course. So if you enjoyed this first lesson, this is the time to use any of the social media buttons below this video to share this course with your smart friends and the people you care about. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, and any platform you're active on. And by helping people find this course, you could be changing their lives. Also, I need you to do something. Head over to the comment section below this video and tell me why you want to start an online business. And if you've tried to start an online business before, let me know what challenges you faced with building or growing the business. I've been doing this now for more than going on 6 years. So if your comment is interesting and engaging, I'll respond to your comments. I may not be able to respond to everybody's comments, but I'm going to respond to those comments that are interesting enough so that anybody who's reading the comments can benefit and learn something from my tips and advice. So see you in the next lesson. See you in lesson 2.